The old seaside town of Coral Bay was peaceful, colourful, and full of cheerful people, but it carried one secret that everyone whispered about: the treasure of Captain Redwood. It was said that the infamous pirate had buried a chest of gold, pearls, and magical jewels somewhere in town more than 100 years ago. Many had searched, but no one had ever found even a clue. That was all about to change when three best friends, Liam, Nora, little Zain, decided to spend their summer exploring Coral Bay's mysteries. Liam was curious and brave, Nora was clever and loved solving puzzles, and Zain, the youngest, had the sharpest eyes in town. One warm afternoon, while the waves rolled gently across the shore, the three friends were digging in the sand behind the old lighthouse. Liam stopped suddenly. His shovel had hit something hard. Another rock. Zain sighed. No, it sounded different, Liam whispered. Together they brushed away the sand until a small wooden box appeared. It was old and scratched, with a faded pirate symbol on the lid. Inside the box was a rolled-up paper sealed with red wax. Liam carefully broke the seal, and they unrolled an ancient treasure map. The ink was faded, but they could see the outlines of Coral Bay. That some landmarks looked different than they did today. At the bottom of the map were mysterious words: "Only the brave may seek, only the clever may find, and only the pure of heart may claim it." What lies beneath the silver wind? What's the silver wind? Zain asked, scratching his head. Nora studied the map again. It might be something from Redwood's time, something that changed over the years. They decided to begin their hunt at once. The first clue on the map pointed to the three watchers. Zain suddenly pointed. Look, the three tall rocks on the cliff, they look like three people watching the sea. The friends raced up the cliff path. Behind the middle rock, Nora found a carving, an arrow pointing toward the forest. "This is it," she said. "We're on the right track." They entered the Whispering Woods, a place where the leaves rustled even when the wind was still. As they followed the arrow on the map, Liam noticed something glowing faintly behind a tree. They hurried toward it. It was another carving, this time of a crescent moon. Below it were words scratched into the bark: "When the moon meets the sun, follow the path of shadows." "What does that mean?" Liam muttered. Nora thought for a moment. "It means we must wait until sunset. When the sun lowers, shadows grow long. One shadow must point us to the next clue." They waited patiently as golden sunlight melted into orange. When the sun touched the horizon, the moon carving's shadow stretched across the forest floor, pointing toward a narrow trail they hadn't noticed before. The trail led them to the old windmill hill. The windmill had stopped turning long ago, and its white paint was peeling from age. But something strange caught Liam's eye. He pointed to a weather vane shaped like a silver arrow spinning lightly in the breeze. "That must be the silver wind," Nora exclaimed. Captain Redwood must have named it himself. They climbed the hill and reached the windmill's base. There, hidden behind a loose stone, Zain found another small symbol and this one was unmistakable, a keyhole, but we don't have a key. Liam sighed. Nora looked closely at the treasure map again. Wait, there's something drawn behind the lighthouse too. Maybe there's more to find there. They hurried back to the lighthouse, the sky now turning purple as the first stars appeared. Behind the lighthouse, Zain knelt and dug where the map indicated. His fingers hit something metallic, a small silver key. "You did it, Zain," Liam cheered, lifting the boy in excitement. They rushed back to the windmill and inserted the key into the hidden keyhole. The ground beneath them began to tremble softly. Then, with a soft rumble, a stone slab slid open, revealing an underground staircase. "Are we really doing this?" Liam asked. "We came this far," Nora said. "We're not stopping now." They slowly descended into the dim, cool underground chamber. Glowworms on the walls lit the path with soft blue light. At the center of the chamber stood a wooden chest wrapped in chains that seemed untouched by time. "This is it, Captain Redwood's treasure," whispered Zain. Liam gently lifted the lid, and the chest burst open with shimmering light. Inside were glittering gold coins, sparkling jewels, and a gleaming necklace with a silver windmill pendant, likely the captain's most prized possession. But there was something else, a letter. "To those who found my treasure, know that wealth is not the greatest fortune. The greatest treasure is courage, friendship, and the heart to share what you find. Use this gift wisely. Captain Redwood." The three friends stood silently for a moment. They had found something far more valuable than gold. They had solved a mystery together. "What do we do now?" Liam asked. Nora smiled. "We give the treasure to the Coral Bay Museum. Everyone should know Captain Redwood's story." Zain nodded proudly. "And we keep the pendant to remind us of our adventure." The next morning, the entire town celebrated the discovery. Coral Bay finally knew the truth about the missing treasure, and the three young explorers became local heroes. But for Liam, Nora, and Zain, the greatest treasure would always be the memory of their adventure beneath the silver windan, adventure that proved bravery, cleverness, and a good heart could unlock even the oldest mysteries.